should be throwing the bash. I need a woman who'll treat me right. I need a woman who love to squeeze me tight. I need a woman. I need a woman tonight. I need a woman. I need a woman I can call my own. She got the love the blues and she'll buy me home. She'll tie me up at night and make me say when the sun comes up we'll do it all again. I need a woman who love to squeeze me tight. I need a woman want to treat me right. I need a woman. I need a woman tonight. like a ring was paying on dues, scraping for corn and rock the blues. Band is kicking, playing it tight, all getting high till the morning light. Wielding my axe all night long, selling my soul for the price of a song. Any inspiration comes my way, fades like a dream by the break of day. Working my way throughout the night, moving through the shadows and ducking the light. Growls, hardball lights grow low, screaming out the high notes, losing control. Moving through the shadows late Friday night, guitar burning, holding back the light. Playboys and gals changing back in the suits, ducking the light, the last pour from a hooch, cleaning the streets, hosing the trunks, sleeping it off in the back of the truck. Working my way throughout the night, feeling through the shadows and ducking the light. Working my way throughout the night, moving through the shadows and ducking the light.
All right, all right, all right. Here we are. And man, have I found myself in a deep depression. I don't think I even realized how depressed I was until I was like, why am I always tired? What is and I was like, oh yeah, dummy, you're depressed as fuck. I had the best night that I've had in close to a year on Saturday night, and seeing some of my friends, they made me feel loved, which was nice because I don't normally feel that way. So that was good. I love that the show just started and immediately my I'm detecting high CPU usage. Let's just close out Outlook. Let's see if we can close out some stuff here. That'll help. I wonder if you know what? Let's see. That's the one I use. All right. I guess we'll leave that. So, Jordan, fucking glad to see you is my point, man. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Got a little jetpack. Saved this for the show. These are those itty bitty joints with the keef in them. So like a little jetpack here. And we got some stories on deck. Oh, I've got some dash cam footage for you from my car. That's a pretty exciting story there. So we got some stuff planned. Maybe some people will show up. It can't just be you and I, Jordan. So hope you are well. And well, I'm going to vamp a little bit, get some people in here. then we'll get into the good stuff. I got the last beer in my home. I got a little weed. I've got Will. I've got a will to do a decent show for you tonight. And I'm reminding myself to stay present, not be results oriented, acknowledge I have no free will, and remember that my only job is to be a good person and to pay attention. So I'm going to try to do that. How are you, Jordan? What's new? What's exciting in your life? Tell me all about it. And I would love for someone to tell me why my hard drive just spins non-fucking stop. Jordan's quiet. Did Jordan get kicked out of the chat? What's going on? I feel like I just saw Jordan left. We're not having a technical thing. Let's see. No, I'm okay on that one. All right. Well, fuck it. Let's see what we have. Let's see if there's a video or something we could watch till we get some people in here. I'm enjoying this little joint. Let me take a little sip of my fat tire. My shoulder's so fucked up, but I think I'm done. I think I've waited as long as I can wait. I think I'm going to start training again tomorrow. I was going to start tonight. I was so fucking depressed today. Couldn't do anything. I mean, it just started from the time I got up. So I'm going to try to get out there tomorrow. I realize one of the things that concerns me is the schedule of my live show. And then I got to remind myself that nobody watches this live show anyway, like 10 of you fuckers when I'm lucky. What really gets views is the pre-recorded videos. So I guess it doesn't really matter when I do it live. I got to get that out of my head. But boy, do I waste so much time every day. Fucking, I've been doing that for pretty much 10 months. I think right as I'm about to hit the fucking my limit with this shit, it looks like shit's getting better. SoCal's opening up again. They're going to let us eat outside starting on Friday. I'm looking forward to maybe I'll go to Main Street this weekend and have some fun. Maybe there'll be some people out. Fucking Rick's or Jameson's will be open maybe. Yes, I know. High CBU capacity for no fucking reason. That's what we do now, you and I, XSplit. I even exited out of Outlook. What else could you possibly want me to exit out of? Let's see. There's Jordan Peterson did a podcast. Douglas Murray. This guy won $159,000 in a WSOP bracelet in his car. That's pretty awesome. All right. Do we want to hear what Krista? No, let's not do that. Fuck, did I already watch this? Shane Van Boner and Earl Strickland? Okay, that shit is all good for now. I don't think I watched this. This is 10 ball. No, I was watching the 9 ball tournament of them, I think. Hey, Lizzie! Fucking A, man. I'm just wondering if anybody's going to show up. Hello, Lizzie. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Figured out that the camera I use for my show is having some kind of weird conflict with the Stream Deck. or with X Twit. Anyway, it's the problem. The camera's the problem. I'm wondering if I opted to use my phone as a webcam, if my hard drive wouldn't want to spin so much. I feel like this camera is just the fucking problem. How was your gig last week? You didn't you haven't been on since I did that show? I did that on Thursday, right? Yeah, I did that on Thursday, the 21st. And it was fucking great. It's funny you mentioned that. It put me in an amazingly good mood. I didn't hate the idea of doing virtual shows quite as much. Yeah, I guess you weren't here that night. It actually went really, really well. It came out looking good, and I did a little bit of a different setup for it. It worked really well. They were thrilled with it. Bunch of rich people, and one of them, the lady that hired me, said some of them were asking for my contact info for other gigs. This jetpack is almost done. But yeah, thanks for asking. It was actually one of the better things that has happened, that gig. I felt really good afterwards. But I guess you just got here. What I was starting to say is the best fucking night of my life in the last nearly a year was, God, it is almost a year now, was on Saturday night. I probably shouldn't say exactly what I was doing because I don't know, people are uptight, but all I'm going to say is the people I was around showed me that they loved me, and I was really glad to be around people, and it was the fucking greatest night. But since you asked about that, and now that I know you're here, I don't know what happened to JP with Jordan. I don't know what happened with him. But I've got some dash cam footage I'm going to share with you. So this will be exciting. So here, let's do it. Okay, yeah, I'll do it this way. Let me get this. Yeah, Saturday was amazing. All right, check this out. Something you may not know about Los Angeles is because it hardly ever rains here. When it does rain, all of the oil and crap comes up to the top of the street there, the highway, the pavement, the asphalt, and it turns the freeways into an ice skating rink. And then you add on top of that, you've got a combination of people out here who either want to prove how fast they can drive despite it raining, or people who are utterly freaked out and shouldn't have left their homes because it's raining, and everything in between. It's basically chaos in Los Angeles when it rains out here. You really, if you can avoid driving in LA when it rains, that's your best bet. But I was heading out and to a friend's in the rain. Hold on a second. All right, got it. Let me mute that. All right, put this over here. All right, there we go. So I was heading over to a friend's on Saturday night, and as you can see, it was raining. As a matter of fact, let's go. We're gonna go full screen with this bad boy. And here I am cruising along. I wish I could play the audio for you. You could hear what I'm listening to on the road. But right at the beginning of Men at Work, which is, I happen to know, 2 minutes in, because I've checked out this video. It's coming up here in less than 30 seconds. So what you're going to see is there's a car that I think he's up around over here. I'll let you know in a second. But we're going to get him. We're going to get a good view of him pretty far up. And let's see where he is. Maybe not here, quite here yet. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Right there. That car. Oh, I just realized you can't see my pointer. I'm so used to doing this a different way. So hold on a second. How do I want to do this? Well, I guess it's fine. Okay, so looking at the car straight ahead of me, one lane over to the right. That car, you're going to see this car in the lane to my right coming up here, does not have any lights on. And there he is. You see, that's like a gray car. So you can see he doesn't have any lights on. And watch as he very slowly is going to drift and almost hit that car. Now, if you look on the video, if you look real close, you could see he had already done that. But now I saw this and I was like, all right, fuck this guy. And as a matter of fact, you could hear me say that on the video where I'm like, hey, what's up with this guy? His lights are off and he's slowly drifting over. Hold on a second. This is going to have to repeat this. I told you Men at Work. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. All right. So let me go full screen again. Okay, so at this point, there he's if you look, you'll see him again. I'm coming up on him. But at this point, I've already have noticed that he's done this again. If you were looking real close on the camera, on the video, if you were looking for it ahead of time, you could see he actually did this a few times where he was like, his lights are off and he's just drift. You could see him right there a little bit. If you look close, he kind of drifts. So I see that this keeps happening. So I slow way down and people are all going around me. And what you don't see on the video is the number of people he almost hits. But to the naked eye, I was like, oh, this guy is just like going across several lanes of traffic. So I'm slowing way down. I know he's up there and he looks like he's about to wreck. So I'm just backing off and want to get away from everybody. So I'm just slowing down. I'm getting all the way over to the right because I got to exit soon anyway. And lo and behold, who ends up exiting with me? The same jack off. So let's see here. I think it goes about 30 more seconds. I can unmute this. So that's the setup. Is this dude lights off? I saw him several times drift and almost hit cars. And then you saw on that video where it was super clear. That's on the last video I showed you, you were able to see. But now, let's see, where are we at in this thing? I don't want to get copyright. I gotta wait for the music to end on here. But I can see that this guy's exiting the same place as me now. Oh, here we go. So I was like, I can't not say anything. This guy is fucked up. Because I'm like, this dude is either on heroin and he's passing out, or he's drunk and he's passing out, or he's exhausted and he's passing out. But it's some version of this dude is going to sleep or passing out. So I just couldn't. It was so blatant. Again, you don't see it all easily on the video, other than that one moment where he almost hit the car in front of me. But several times this guy is drifting across lanes and almost hitting people. And I finally was like, fuck it. Let me make the call.
911 emergency, what are you reporting?
Hey there, I just want to let you know I'm exiting the 110 South near downtown LA. There's a car with no lights on, swerving back and forth across several lanes, driving really erratically.
Okay, what exit? What's the closest exit? What exit you got off on?
I'm about to exit on the 110
I just told her which exit, by the way. These cunts never listen the first time.
South.
I should have told her I was heading east, though.
Oh, he's about to crash. He just crashed.
Boom! You see that? Right as I called her, I said, this dude's about to crash. He eats shit. So here, let's catch
The 110 South near downtown LA. There's a car with no light.
You'll see it. He's gonna and also after he crashes, watch how close he comes to bouncing off the center divider, the center median into another car.
It's on, swerving back and forth across several lanes, driving really erratically.
Okay, what exit? What's the closest exit? What exit you got off on?
I'm about to exit on the 110 South. Oh, he's about to crash. He just crashed.
What's the exit you're near, sir?
I exited the one.
Did you see how close he came to hitting that other car?
Oh, he's about to crash.
And
he just
boom!
crashed.
What's the exit you're near, sir?
I exited the 110.
There you go. So that was it. That was my excitement. That was on my way. So should we watch it one more time? Of course we should. What good is a dash cam if you can't capture this kind of shit?
Okay, what exit? What's the closest exit? What exit you got off on?
I'm about to exit on the 110 South. Oh, he's about to crash. He just crashed.
Boom!
What's the exit you're near, sir?
I exited the 110 South, but if you stay to the left, like toward Grand Avenue.
So that was it. Then she was like, all right, we'll send out CHP. So that was pretty exciting. Dash cam. So that was, yeah. It's, I don't know what the fuck, man. The driving in LA is so atrocious. People here are so rude. They're such assholes. They're fucking retarded. I've driven all over the country, literally there's very few states I think I haven't been to. I'd have to think about the states I haven't been to. I've been to a lot of them, being on the road all the time. And Jesus Christ, drivers in LA, they got to be the worst. I'll tell you, one of the most pleasant places I ever drove was Seattle. Oh, I couldn't believe how nice it was. Nobody driving the speed limit in the left-hand lane. Left-hand lane completely open, only being used for passing. And what was amazing is I would have my cruise control on 50 at 55, and I'd be in the left lane passing everybody. Everybody there drives like below the speed limit. They're all safe and nice to each other. Not like LA. All right, well, we've got an audience now. Everybody showed up. Thanks for being here. I guess we should jump into it and do some stories. At the end of this, we'll go over some predicted.org stuff and where my bets sit. It's not good. I've been doing everything fucking wrong on that website. You know, as somebody who prides himself as a good gambler, I have a lot to learn on that website. It's a whole different world from poker or blackjack or what the stuff I'm used to, man. And what a dream. Fuck, I don't know what you're talking about. What a dream. I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. But I got some stories on deck here. And I'm sure whatever you said made sense, but I'm a little off. That jetpack didn't do shit for me. It's like, what? People driving nice on the road. Oh, what a dream. Yeah. Sorry. I already forgot what I was talking about. I saw a guy that I don't know. I used to consider him a friend. I have no personal problem with him directly, but his wife hates me for no reason whatsoever. And because she hates me for no reason, he hates me. But there's a guy named Derek Delgadio has did a magic show called In and of Itself. Did it in a theater in New York, and it was recently released on Hulu. And I wish Derek and I were still friendly because I would have liked the show more. Again, I have no problem with him. He hates me, but it's annoying when somebody hates you for no reason. And so, despite him hating me, I watched it and I thought it was excellent. So, if you want to see an amazing show, it's interesting because I've spoken to people who don't consider it a magic show. So, in that discussion, I had the discussion with several people actually, and I think it brings up an interesting question: is what is a magic show? You know, is a movie a magic show? Because here's the thing: if you, I was talking to actually a friend of mine felt exactly the same. Friend of mine I was just talking to felt exactly the same way as me. If you've ever seen O at the Bellagio, the way they remove the curtain at the start of the show is one of the most magical things I've ever seen. It was just absolutely amazing. And but oh, you wouldn't call O a magic show, right? It's a Cirque du Soleil show, but it's very magical, right? So is O a magic show? What about when I saw Roger Waters in Anaheim do The Wall? Was that a magic show? That was the most transcendental experience I've ever had in terms of a performance. I mean, it's nothing I've ever seen in the world like that. I saw it twice, 2 nights in a row. It was and paid more money than I should have, but I had to because it was so insanely mind blowing. And is that? I mean that was a magical. I experienced magic. You know what I mean? Like I. By the way, I should have. You haven't said anything. So, hello, hello, hello. I guess the mic's okay. Let me check something. I guess everything's good with the mic. I can't see my meters. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I guess we're good. Um, so you say a standard magic show is different than a magical experience, you think? So, well, that's kind of the discussion, right? Like that's what we were talking about. It's like, well, I definitely experienced feelings of magic at O and at the wall and other experiences. But so now the thing about Derek's show, again, it's called In and of Itself. I highly recommend it, despite him hating me. That's a good review. You couldn't get much of a better review. Here's a guy who personally hates me for no reason and drags my name through the mud for no reason, and I still recommend his show. That's a good review. Uh, but some of the people I've talked to say it's not a magic show. Now, by the way, Derek is an amazing magician, incredible sleight of hand chops, but they don't feel it's a magic show. They feel it's like a one man show with some magical elements in it. But there are magic tricks in the show. And so then my question is okay, how many magic tricks have to be in a magic show uh, to make it a magic show? What if you have a premise and you explore the premise in an interesting way through comedy, or maybe it's like an interesting lecture? Like, okay, imagine this. Imagine we're going to do a lecture on a really fascinating topic, and like the opposite of a TED Talk. You know, like imagine a TED Talk back when TED Talks were good, before everybody had a TED Talk and it was whatever. Anyway, then you set up a premise for this lecture and you start it off with some kind of setup. And then at the end of the lecture, there's a payoff. And then they find out that it was a magic trick, right? Like I don't know, maybe you make a prediction at the beginning of the show. And you go, I have a prediction. And maybe it's a whole lecture about predicting things and forecasting. And you hang up an envelope for everybody to see. And it's like, there's my prediction. And then you do an hour lecture on forecasting. And this is actually a pretty good idea, by the way. I'd like to do something about it. Since I'm so into the predictit.org and forecasting and predictions now, kind of I think I have some interesting presentations I could come up with based on that. Anyway, then so you do one trick is my point. You do this whole hour lecture, but there's only one magic trick. Is it a lecture or is it a magic show? There was a trick. How many tricks does it take for something to be a magic show? I've had people argue with me that not argue, but I've had people make their opinion known that they feel the Amazing Jonathan back when the Amazing Jonathan did a show at the Golden Nugget. I've had people say that was a magic show. Doesn't really do any tricks in it though. It's really a stand-up comedy show, in my opinion, with like a magical theme. Now, AJ is a magician, but the show isn't really a magic show. I wouldn't be hard to call it a magic show. So then what this takes me to is, maybe we don't need such narrow definitions for things. Maybe you just put up a good show. Maybe that's what it is. You go, you know what? I'm going to put up an awesome show. What is it? Is it a play? No. It's sort of a play. There's magic tricks in it. Oh, so it's a magic show, but it's a play with magic tricks in it? No, because there's also like a choreographed action sequence. And there's also some singing and dancing. Oh, so it's a musical. No, it's not really. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, calling Hannah Gatsby's Nanette stand-up comedy is, I think, an insult to stand-up comedy. So how many laughs does a person have to get in a stand-up comedy show to make it stand-up comedy? I guess it's more about intention. A magician who works on the premise. The audience knows that it's an illusion, but the draw is the wonder of each trick. Yeah, but Derek's show was marketed as a magic show. It wasn't marketed as come and see a one-man show with magic tricks in it. Magical experience can happen in various ways of performance. Yeah. Yeah, I think what it is I think we have definitions for things, and then there's things that don't quite fit in neatly into those categories. And those things just kind of get tossed in a category. So, Hannah Gatsby's Nanette, I guess they didn't want to call it an entertaining. I didn't find it entertaining, but for the people who did, they didn't want to call it what it really was, an entertaining therapy session. So maybe the Amazing Jonathan, maybe you don't want to call it stand-up comedy because it's not traditional stand-up comedy, but you don't want to call it a magic show because there's not really any magic tricks. It's just the Amazing Jonathan. That's what it is. It's the Amazing Jonathan. So I like that. People need categories, right? So they can feel good about their assessment of something. Well, I guess we need categories so we can, fucking put shit in order and know what we're going to go see. Like someone says, oh, that's a horror movie. Well, then that's good, right? Because you might not be in the mood for one. So I'm not saying we don't need categories. I'm just saying that in and of itself, I highly recommend it. And I would not call it a magic show. I would call it perhaps its own thing. A one-man show meets magic show. But it's really good. It's really good. So I highly recommend it. I'll tell you the story of why he hates me. There was a magician that used to belong to the Magic Castle who hid a video camera into the girls' dressing room, and the girl whose dressing room that was Derek Delgadio's wife, right? So Derek Delgadio's wife, Vanessa, was assisting in a show, and this dude Rob, this magician Rob, went snuck a hit a secret camera in there, like is like a key fob to videotape her, and well, Derek found it, waited to see who would come back and retrieve it, busted the guy. The guy got kicked out of the Magic Castle for this, and he was criminally prosecuted and was on a sex offenders list, the whole thing, right? So this is years ago, and I hardly ever even used Facebook. But this magician who hid the camera, who hid, that got in trouble for hiding the secret camera, he was on my friends list on Facebook. And he was never like my best friend, but he was a friend probably about as good as Derek, to be honest with you. Uh, so I wasn't best friends with Derek either. Derek was always just cool, and I considered Derek a friend, but nobody I hung out with outside of the Magic Castle. But if I saw him at the castle, I always thought he was cool, and this other guy Rob was the same way. But after he got kicked out of the Magic Castle for putting the hidden camera in the dressing room, uh, Derek's wife, Vanessa, felt that I did not unfriend him from Facebook fast enough. And she decided that he was one of my best friends. And I said, first of all, he's not one of my best friends. And she refused to believe that. She's like, that's not true. He is. I'm like, okay, well, I'm telling you it's not. He's not. And number two, he did approach me and asked me to write a letter attesting to his good character, because he was trying to not get kicked out of the castle. And I refused it because I thought what he did was wrong. I said, so he wasn't a close friend of mine. I hardly use Facebook. This is like fucking 10 years ago or something. This is a long time ago. I was like, I hardly use Facebook. I said, there's lots of people that didn't unfriend him right away. It didn't even occur to me to unfriend him on Facebook. And when he approached me about coming forward as a character witness, I turned him down and told him what I thought he did was wrong. And I'm giving you the short version of this, but basically that's what it is in a nutshell. She was convinced that he was my close friend. She was convinced that I defended his actions. She was convinced that for some reason, because I didn't unfriend him fast enough, that I endorsed his behavior. Anyway, none of that was true. I thought what he did was profoundly gross. I thought his behavior was abhorrent. I told him as much when he asked me if I would help him out, which it wouldn't have done any good anyway. He was definitely getting kicked out of there. But the point is, because Derek's wife, Vanessa decided all of this in her head and then decided I was a horrible person. And so then the next time I saw Derek at the bar, I was like, hey, Derek, how are you, man? He's like, oh, how's Rob doing? I'm like, bro, I don't know how many times I got to tell you and your wife the same thing. I found his behavior abhorrent. I told him so. I don't know why you two think he's my best friend. I'm telling you he's not. You refuse to accept that. So here I am with you two hating me for no reason. I didn't do anything wrong except not unfriend somebody that did a horrible thing to your wife fast enough. That was my big crime. How bizarre! Sadly, I lost a friendship of a couple from ridiculous reasons too a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's so annoying, right? It's mostly annoying. Again, look, Derek and I weren't best friends, but it's just real annoying, At the Magic Castle is very cliquey. There's the cool kids. They're not really cool, but there's, this circle of magicians who the rules don't apply to. They get away with, doing things that other magician members aren't allowed to because for some reason they're given special treatment, right? And so and Derek was definitely even before his big success with this show. When he was just a regular magician hanging at the castle, he was already in that clique. And so when that clique doesn't like you, it's like there was other friends of mine that in that clique that they're still cool with me, but I remember they weren't as cool. All of a sudden they were like not as cool toward me. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. I didn't do a fucking thing wrong. I had nothing to do with this or with this person, but you've all decided. So okay, so it's frustrating, but I don't even know how we're talking. I guess we're just talking about this because of in and of itself. I just recommending it to you, even though he hates me and I don't deserve it. It's a good show, and so basically, in and of itself, highly recommended. It's excellent. You will like it even if you hate the person performing it. Kind of like a Woody Allen movie. It's available on Hulu, by the way, in and of itself. All right, let's get into some stories. We got an audience. We got people enthusiastically doing thumbs up. Thank you guys. I didn't even have to ask you. I appreciate that. Also, I finally got my Stream Deck. I added some more keys. Like, let's say, for instance, you would like a free bonus. God, I think it's is it $100 or $200? But well, let's say you like to gamble. Well, you could go to that should have worked. Hold on a second. Oh, there it is. It's a little slow. You can go to BetDSL, and there's my affiliate link. Click on that, and you can get yourself. I think it's $100 free, $200 free. They always have some kind of promo where use that link and deposit $100, and I think you get 200 free. And and also I have a Discord server. So if you ever want to join me on Discord, I was thinking, what would stop me on my Because I saw Saiyans Entertainment doing this. I could go on my Discord server and stream to you guys anything I want there because it's like our own server, right? So I don't have to worry about copyright strikes or any nonsense. So join the Discord server, and I might start doing more on there actually. And of course, that's gonna, all my links are always zachwaldman.com/ and in this case, Discord. So if you ever are thinking, like, I sure would love to support Zach by using his Amazon affiliate link, but I can't remember what it is. It's real easy. It's zachwaldman.com/ Amazon. And you click on that. And so there you go. That's how that works. This is fun, right? I got all these buttons. Let's say you want $10 in free Bitcoin. You could go to zachwaldman.com/ Coinbase. Get $10 in free Bitcoin. Let's say you want to design your own website. You could go to zachwaldman.com/ thrive. and I really Thrive Themes is one of my favorite companies in the world. It is real easy. Used it recently. Did you? You used my Amazon affiliate link? Thank you. People tell me they do, and I still don't seem to ever earn enough in commissions to get paid. All right. So enough promoting. But really, it's I got all those buttons on there now. So, but especially like, I've got of course, all of this is at zachwaldman.com/ fans. If you go there, you'll find all of the links and everything in that spot. That's really the only link you need to remember is zachwaldman.com/ fans. Because as long as you go there, you can find everything else. All right, let's do a story. From Yahoo Entertainment, FKA Twigs. I don't know who that is. Is that a name? FKA Twigs? It sounds like an airline. At first, it's like FKA or like a bank or something. And then FKA Twigs with a lowercase t. Ugh. Just is nobody fucking named Elizabeth anymore? FKA Twig says X Shia LaBeouf. This is another one. Shia LaBeouf, LaPoof, LaBeouf. What another stupid name. Of course, FKA Twigs and Shia LaBeouf are gonna LaBeef are gonna date. Anyway, Shia, which sounds like a chick's name. The first time I heard his name, I thought it was a chick. I heard somebody talking about how hot Shia LaBeouf was. And I was like, oh, let me take a look at that girl. And I was like, oh, it's a dude. Hey, he is pretty hot. Hey, wait, did I say that out loud? So the deal is, Shia said, do not look men in the eye. Elizabeth, it is a good name, Lizzie. This article was written by Rachel Schufelt. You know she got goofed on mercilessly with that name, Schufelt. You got to get married soon, Rachel. I wish my hard drive would stop spinning incessantly. It's just constant. I would understand if I was recording at the same time, but I'm not. Ugh. So sick of having a fucking... What is this? Turn that off. I'm so sick of having a shitty computer. What the fuck is... The web page is slowing down your... Just stop it. I'm trying to zoom in, and for some reason, this... Here, we're going to stop it. Stop it. Sorry, guys, I can't zoom in. I'll try to read it without zooming in. Fucking computer. Oh, now it's... Piece of shit. Oh, now it's going to do it 1,000 times. Because all of those times I hit the button. All right, hold on. From Yahoo Entertainment. Okay. This is written by Rachel Schufelt, editor Yahoo Entertainment. She's the one we have to blame for how bad. Well, she's just one of many. It takes a village to make Yahoo sucks as much as it does. FKA Twigs remembers some unusual rules when she was dating actor Shia LaBeouf. I was told I knew what he was like, and if I loved him, I wouldn't look men in the eye. So that was my reality for a good 4 months toward the end of the relationship, that I wasn't allowed to look men in the eye. Twigs, whose real name is Talia Deborah Barnett. There actually was a bank called Barnett Bank where I grew up. Like I said, FKA Twigs sounds like a bank. What is going on with this person? Her real name's Talia. I want to say Talia. I'm going to go with Talia Deborah Barnett. What a stupid fucking name. And then she changes it to an even stupider one, FKA Twigs. Talia Debrit. Ugh. How about your name? How about TDB Twigs? How did she come up with FKA Twigs? I'm so annoyed with her. I don't know who she is. I'm just so annoyed that her name, her real name is ridiculous. Barnett's okay. If her name was Sue Barnett, that's a name. Susan Barnett, that's a name. Carol Barnett. Oh, not like kind of like Carol Burnett. Yeah, but Barnett. That's cute, right? Debrit. Sounds like Dilbert. Hi, these are my kids, Dilbert and Debrit. Dilbert's the fat one in the comic. You might recognize him from the comic, and that's Debrit. You might recognize her as the fucking moron who changed her name to 3 letters with a lowercase t. Ugh. How do you believe anything she says when she's this fucking weird? Twigs dated LaBeouf. How do you really say this fucking idiot's name? Shia LaBeouf, LaBeouf. I've heard it before, but I can never say it. Shia LaBeouf. I'm gonna go with LaBeouf because it sounds like he's gonna boof somebody. It's funny, LaBeouf. Anyway, Twigs. Now they're capitalizing the T. How come? Why all of a sudden did they capitalize the T? Twigs dated LaBeouf after she co-starred with him in the 19 movie Honey Boy. Never heard of it. Which is inspired by LaBeouf's own life as a little child faggot. I mean, actor. They broke up in 2019 after nearly a year. In December, she filed a lawsuit against LaBeouf in which she alleged sexual battery, assault, infliction of emotional distress, and that he knowingly gave her an STD. A second former girlfriend, Carolyn Fa, yeah, you like to fuck, Carolyn, added her own allegations to the lawsuit. Believe all women, everybody. Believe them. So then I'm looking down all the time, Twiggs said. And you know, that does a lot to someone's confidence when you're worried about someone being nice to you in a shop. Just any sort of day-to-day pleasant interaction could result in a 3-day, event of me being berated and kept awake. So why didn't you tell him to fuck off? Because feminism has made you so strong? I thought feminism was about women being empowered. But all I ever hear is women who claim to be feminists, then also claiming to be victims. So when he said, listen, you know how I am, so when we're out, don't make eye contact with other men. You should have said, you need to get over your insane jealousy. If this is going to be how it is, then we need to end this now because I don't want to I can't be with somebody that's this insanely jealous. And now give me the excuse why you couldn't do that and why you're a victim. All right. Twig said, now it's back to the lowercase t. Good. This is the fucking editor wrote this piece of shit article, and she can't figure out how to capitalize this fucking retarded name. While Twig said she was forbidden to pay attention to others, she had a certain number of interactions with LaBeouf each day. I had a quota that I had to meet, which changed. So it was like touches or looks or kisses. Sounds like he's OCD, that his previous partner apparently met this number very well, so I was inadequate compared to a previous partner of his, and I had to get the touches and the kisses correct, she explained, but I never exactly knew what the number exactly was, but it was essentially around 20 a day. It sounds to me like you're admitting that you stayed with a lunatic and I'm supposed to somehow feel bad for you. Hey, fucking CHP Snagglepuss, come on over here. We'll have fun. I'll treat you nice. I won't abuse you. Just fucking pay my health insurance, pay some bills. I'll fucking let you suck other dudes' dicks in front of me. All right? I'm a lot, but you don't date guys like me. You don't even fucking hang out where I hang out. You know where I hang out? In my apartment for nearly a year. Maybe if you hung out in my apartment more often, you would meet me. And if you met me, you'd be like, this is what I need. A fucking loser. A fucking middle-aged man who is lucky to break 10 viewers on YouTube. You know, sure, I gotta, pay for everything. But at least he doesn't really care if other men eat me out 3 at a time. He just wants to be left alone and gamble on predictit.org. Kind of the best boyfriend I've ever had. Oh, and did I mention he does magic tricks? Pretty cool. I'd be like her pet. See, Twigs, you could have had a middle-aged Santa Monican with rent control as a pet and gotten card tricks for life. But no, you wanted to date someone named Shia LaButtplug. Am I entertaining anybody in this goddamn room? I feel like I'm entertaining only myself, and that's okay. Anyway, if she didn't meet it, the quota that is, Twigs with a lowercase t said she was berated and made to feel like I was the worst person ever. I genuinely thought I was so cold and so awful and such a terrible girlfriend. Yeah, she even called an ex crying, asking if any of it were true. I just didn't know who I was. I was hollow. And you stayed with him because you're a strong, powerful woman. Just another strong, powerful woman who's a victim, who's a perpetual victim. Thanks for the encouragement, Lizzie. You don't like to distract when I'm doing the articles? You can LOL, though, so at least I know I'm on the right track. Don't worry, I'm sure the comments section that all tells me that I'm a dirty Jew and to go fuck myself and die will make me sure about how people feel about this video. She stopped talking to family and friends, leaving felt impossible, she said. Why did it feel impossible? Were you too poor being a rich actor? Until an incident described in the lawsuit, the couple had taken a trip to the desert and she didn't get any dessert. And she really wanted dessert because it was hot in the desert. And some people argue maybe Zach just wants to say, eat dessert in the desert. And that could be true. Anyway, in which the Transformers star. Imagine that's an oxymoron right there. You're the star of Transformers. Really? Isn't that like being like the best known play date for 9-year-olds in the world? Are you really an artist? Or are you just a good looking guy who can ham it up in front of a green screen and knows how to eat the director's asshole, just tongue darting his muddy wagon wheel? I bet you do that, don't you? I bet you spin that muddy wagon wheel on the tip of your tongue like a roulette wheel with dingleberries just falling down your throat as you take another part in Hollywood. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. All I could really do is say that's an endorsement for good weed. I mean, really, that whole last rant, I wouldn't even want to, I can't imagine I would even want to go back and, my rule now is I try not to even edit because I'm horrified at everything I say and do. And so I pretty much just upload and throw darts and see if something sticks. Weed must be immaculate. It is pretty good. I uploaded 4 videos on like Thursday or Friday, and of the 4, the one that's doing the best is about that Chinese actor I'd never heard of who abandoned her kids. Who would have thunk it? That's why I upload everything, upload often. That's my motto. Okay, so she's with she's with Shia, and Shia allegedly choked Twigs while she was sleeping and at a gas station, then intentionally drove recklessly, threatening to crash the car unless she said she loved him. Isn't that what you like, ladies? He's a bad boy. Come on, isn't that what you ladies are into? I'm getting mixed signals from you ladies. You say you're strong, you don't need men, and that you're independent, and you're a feminist, and you're brave, and I should believe you, and you're a truth teller, and you demand to be in more positions of leadership because you're inherently stronger than men. That's what you say. Oh, we're stronger than you because we have to give birth. It's the way nature's made us. Women are stronger than men. So strong. And then when it comes to who you date, you date scumbags. You date jackoffs and douchebags. Not even rich guys necessarily. I'll tell you, years ago when I was a fucking mess of a person, I had the long hair and was drinking a lot and I was fucking out of shape and I was a fucking madman. I was out of my god. I was a walking disaster, very self destructive, probably trying to kill myself, but through partying. You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea what a goddamn nightmare I was. And I had pussy under every nook and cranny of my life. It was like, oh, wake up. There's pussy in my bed. Let me go into the bathroom and brush my teeth. Oh, there's pussy sitting on the toilet. Oh, there's pussy in the living room. I'm in the car. There's pussy in the glove compartment. And I was dog shit. I was the last person any one of these women should have been with, right? And by the way, they were all a fucking wreck for the record too. None of them, it was just sheer codependency. Then, miracle of miracles, I get my shit together. Jujitsu, therapy, meditation, staying present, learning to routine my life, all kinds of stuff, right? I get physically fit, emotionally fit, and people tell me I look 10 years younger, and all I get is compliments all the time. No pussy. Where'd all the pussy go? Where'd all the it was like and I do this in my act where I'm like, it's like women go, oh, there's nothing to fix here. Well, this is a whole person that doesn't need me to like fix him up. I'll move on. You fucking women don't want and I'm not even saying, by the way, I'm not even going, I'm a good guy and you don't want good guys. No, 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 no. I'm still a fucking maniac in so many ways, but I am a good guy though. I've always, even when at my craziest, I was a good guy, just fucking nuts. So that's never changed. But what I'm saying is, when I was self-destructive, I attracted other self-destructive people. When I got healthy, and I did not attract healthy people. I didn't attract anybody. I mean, except for the last girlfriend, who but her car's parked here, so she's in a whole other state. That's a whole other thing. But anyway, point is, you women send mixed messages, is all I'm saying. You say you're strong and independent, stronger than us, better leaders. We need more of you doing important things because you're better at it than we are, which I don't believe any of this. One of the things that's driving me nuts about this whole thing with Biden and his diverse cabinet is, what I would love to hear is, instead of the first woman, the first bisexual person, the first tranny, the first midget, the first black, and the first Latino, I would really love to hear, we just found the most qualified, empathetic, open minded, hardest working, passionate person for this position. I haven't heard that in my lifetime. How great would that be? I would like to put forth for nomination somebody who this role was made for. It's been a passion of hers since she was a child, when she sold her first Girl Scout cookie and learned about the bureaucracy of permits. It's in her blood. She's got a PhD in it. She's written books on it. She's volunteered over it. She's not set in her ways about it, but nobody knows the subject more, is more passionate, and is more willing to listen to the other side than this woman. I haven't heard that once. All I've heard is, hey, it's a woman, first woman. Hey, it's the first fucking black chick with a dick. And by the way, ladies, there's these, I've been gravitating toward X videos instead of Pornhub, and a lot of advantages of X videos. One of which is you don't really ever type the letter X on your keyboard. So it sucks when someone else goes to use your computer and they go to type in YouTube, but the Y brings up you porn. And so, but no one, first letter is never X. So, like, it's not going to fill in, you know. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. So, that's just one of the benefits. But for some reason, every time I load up X videos, a lot of fucking trannies on the homepage. And I'm looking at these girls and I'm going, what excuse if you're a woman, an actual woman, how is it possible that you can't make yourself look beautiful when there are dudes that look like LA 10s with cocks? Explain that to me. This isn't actually a guy identifying as a woman, so I will call her a woman. She is a fucking, her titties are perfect, her ass, her skin is smooth, she's a fucking, if no one told you that she had a cock, you would never know. And she's hotter than like 90% of the fucking women you see walking around day to day. The fuck is your excuse? You're an actual woman and you can't look as good as a dude. I mean, come on. All right, we're back to the article. Fuck. I may have to do a lot of editing. I probably won't upload this because I won't feel like editing this out. Made up 90% statistic. It's got to be, dude, I will show you these broads and tell me that they're not hotter than 90% of the girls that you're just walking around day to day. If you just looked out your window and these girls walked by, they would be hot. They would be the hottest girls you saw like most of the day, especially depending on where you live. I'm saying these are LA 10s with cocks. What if you live in Missouri and I send a dozen of these women over there? Oh, they're the fucking. I went to Kansas City for a gig. I loved Kansas City so much. But I'm telling you, it's one of the only, maybe the only place I've ever been where I did not see a single person I wanted to fuck in all of Kansas City, Missouri when I was there. I was like the hottest person in Kansas City. But I love the city. I love the people. But if you brought a dozen of these chicks with dicks over there and unleashed them, they'd be like, you know what? I don't care. She's got a cock. She's hotter than anybody else in Missouri. Not 98%, 90% in LA, 98% in Missouri, JB. All right. So back to the article. I remember going back to where I was staying and calling an abused women's helpline. And I literally just like Googled free women's abuse helpline USA, Twig said. I just called the first one that came up. Why didn't you call 911, you loony bitch? Because women are so much smarter than men? It didn't happen right away, but she started planning to leave. Oh, sorry, it's not her talking right now. The musician called her best friend and began seeing a therapist twice a week. Even after she'd ended the relationship, she said panic attacks plagued her for a while. So it took him choking you before you ended it. All right. Reps for LaBouffe did not immediately respond to a request for comment from Yahoo Entertainment. When Twiggs first made her allegations public, LaBouffe issued a statement. I'm not in any position to tell anyone how my behavior made them feel. I have no excuse for my alcoholism or aggression. I mean, I basically am retarded, but only rationalizations, like I'm retarded. I have been abusive to myself and everyone around me for years. And that's not even counting Transformers. I have a history of hurting the people closest to me. Uh, I can barely read. I'm ashamed of that history and am sorry to those I hurt. There is nothing else I can really say. I'm a retard and an asshole. Although LaBouffe said many of the allegations against him were not true, he said he owed the women the opportunity. Maybe I should make him sound like Droopy instead. Not true. He said he owed the women the opportunity to air their statements publicly and accept accountability for those things I have done. He added that he's enrolled in a 12-step program. Yes, 12 steps. That's how many steps Shia LaBeouf needs. Shia LaBeouf needs 12 steps. I am not cured of my PTSD and alcoholism, but I am committed to doing what I need to do to recover. Yes, I'm recovering. I will forever be sorry to the people that I may have harmed along the way, including fans of Transformers. Yes, talking like Droopy's fun. Hello, hello, nice people. Hello, nice lady. Twig said part of what made her come forward is hearing that during the pandemic, many abuse victims are confined to their homes with their abusers, causing rates to soar. But that's not you. The situation is not really about Shy anymore. It's about Zach. How do I get in touch with Zach Waldman so I can love him and pay his health insurance that's long overdue and it's about to get canceled? I mean, shit, what's $500 to me just to pay the minimum balance for Zach? I mean, sure, that's not, I should just probably pay the whole thing for him. Because, I mean, what does he owe? Like $1,000? It's really not that, that's dog shit for me. I mean, Jesus Christ, but just somebody give me his number so I can pay it for him. Anyway, it's not really about me. It's not about Shia. It's not about me, she said. It's all about Zach. I'm doing this for Zach, something much bigger, which is Zach's cock. I just want to change the conversation and stigma around domestic abuse, and I want to be loved and hugged by Zach. If you or someone you know needs Zach's cock, you can give him a call at zachwaldman.com/fans and get some Zach dick. You know, I was thinking about my show and why it really does deserve to be bigger and more popular than it is. Because I watch these other streams and most of them are kind of like, they're just fucking lecturing you, man. They're not like, I like them, don't get me wrong. But even like if you're listening to Rogan, right? It's not often that you're like laughing, right? There's not a lot of just horrible, blatant joking around. It happens sometimes. But I like to be like just the place for absolute foolishness. You know what I mean? I just feel like there should be there should be that there's an audience out there that wants absolute silliness and foolishness, and they just haven't found me yet. Kind of like people that like the Dr. Demento show. It's my theory anyway. Are we having fun tonight, everybody? Appreciate you hanging out. Let's use some of those new YouTube things. Which one should we hit? Well, let's promote the Discord server, because if people start joining the Discord server, then I'll do some private crazy streams on there that I could kind of do whatever I want on there, I'm pretty sure. So join it, zachwaldman.com/Discord. It's funny, Jordan pushed that on me for a long time, and now I'm spending a lot of time on Discord now. I don't fault Rogan for taking the big bucks to join Spotify, but his show doesn't seem as good. Can't pinpoint the issue though. I haven't listened to it really since it moved. I just, you know what, man? I'm sure that and there was one I wanted to listen to, so I'm sure I will. It's funny, man. It wasn't purposeful on my part. It's just, I have Sirius XM. I've got YouTube, and I have access to everything else in the world through private means. And, so I really all I need is YouTube and podcasts. And it's so much shit on YouTube. And by the way, I used to consume Rogan on YouTube. That was, and I think one of the big appeals, of course, was the comments section of JRE. I mean, I feel like there's a good little community here among you guys. You're all starting to know each other. You chat with one another. I'm starting to know who you people are and kind of your personalities, and um, I'm hoping that grows. But it's also one of the reasons I want to promote that Discord server, because if for some reason this ever gets taken away, we could always meet on Discord. I don't know why this would get taken away, but again, I look at YouTube not as the place I'm building my business. It's I'm using YouTube to, try to get traffic essentially. But nobody has joined the Zach Waldman fan club in a long fucking time. And that sucks, man. I mean, all I want is 1,000 people to sign up. So, if you're not a member of the Zach Waldman fan club, I could just vanish one day. You won't know where to find me. But if you go to zachwaldman.com/fans, that really is the home of everything I'm doing. Because remember, I always have a blog there. We've got the Discord. I can always communicate with you there. I can send an email to everybody that's a member of the fan club. All right, so I got another bowl packed. I think we're ready for another story. But yeah, join that Discord server. FKA Twigs. Fucking idiot. What does she look like? She's probably hot, right? Let me I want to look real quick what FKA Twigs looks like. I would love to know why my hard drive is continuing to spin incessantly. FAO Schwartz. That's FKA Twigs' sister. Come on, you fucking... God damn, I need a new computer. I think I need a new camera too. So it turns out, oh, check this out. Tech support from XSplit did a team viewer thing with me and went through all the shit, and we figured it out. It's my camera. The camera I use to stream with is the reason that every time I hit a button, it takes forever to switch scenes. But they might, it sounds like they're putting together some special build just for me. So we'll see if they can fix it. But I'm wondering if I just can't figure out why my hard drive is just what. I'm trying to figure out what's spinning up the usage so fucking high. I mean, here, let me close. I could close a tab. It doesn't. There's hardly anything open, so I don't know what it is that is making the usage so high. I wonder, you know what I wonder if it's because I use the ultra low latency mode. Huh. I gotta ask the people at X shit. Let's take a quick look at FKA Twigs, see what she looks like. One of the reasons I was spending all that time talking like that is because everything goes so slow on my end that I have to vamp all the time. Sometimes I'm not just rambling for no reason. Sometimes it's because I can't get shit to come up. And that was an example. Well, you know what? She does. That's FKA Twigs. She doesn't have any titties. So, of course, you're going to get choked. Don't you deserve to get choked if you don't have titties? I mean, I don't see any titties there. Does anybody see any titties there? Excuse me. Anybody see titties? I don't, sorry, didn't mean to cough at you. You ever been on Rockfin? No, I've never been to Spain, but I kind of like the music. She shows off pole dancing moves in a bikini on Instagram. All right, let's see it. If my hard drive would stop spinning fucking constantly for no reason.